All right, good evening. We're going to go ahead and get started with our September 22nd, 2025 regular city commission meeting starting at 6 o'clock. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, one quick announcement. We do not have Emily Hackworth here tonight. She's out, so we have Tim Zebel, our assistant city manager, in her place. We will move on to approval of the agenda. What's the pleasure of the commission?
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
I support. Abby, call the roll.
Mayor Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Binkley?
Yes.
Commissioner Sorolla?
Yes.
Commissioner Ori?
Yes.
Commissioner Fernandez?
Yes.
All right, now for public comment, this is for items that are on our consent agenda or not on the agenda. Please come up to the podium, state your name, address, and limit your comments to 3 minutes. Oh, thank you.
Questions, you don't have to answer right now, but they came up. On your items listed on your consent about, the My Healthy, Michigan Healthy Climate Fellows. My concern is, when we are already seeking additional funding for things, why are we going this route right now? I know there's a scholarship, it said, but also we've been paying for office space, computers, phones, travel costs, and have a full-time staff person supervise. So that's additional money that we could be using for other things. Which leads to my concern about, the EV application you're going to do. I looked up what's happening in the EV industry, production and demand and load. Like, is something that we really should be investing in right now. Should we wait and see how things go? It is high in China and areas like that, but the US, the demand isn't there. Production is going down. They're not doing production. They're cutting back shifts in all the major Toyota, General Motors, Ford, Porsche, Volkswagen Group, Volvo, Stellantis, and Nissan across the board. So before we go down that rabbit hole, please do some more research.
It's not on. Sorry.
Yeah. Why not? Oh, and Mars 6-way Market Street.
Thank you.
Okay. So that is it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Any other public comment? All right. What is the pleasure of the commission? Any thoughts, concerns about the comments that we had?
I think, Tim, it might be appropriate for you to clarify. I'd asked you a question before the commission meeting started, and maybe if you could just echo what you passed on to me earlier.
Yes, it's my understanding on that program that basically you can apply to have the intern come. You can do a match. However, you can also apply for a scholarship. So our
All right, Jim Croce.
so our participation in the program would be contingent on receiving a scholarship, the full scholarship for all the costs involved. So there really wouldn't be any out of pocket other than we do have a staff member that already is the administrator of the Sustainability Committee, Kayla Griffith. And so we really don't have any additional costs for the participation as we would do it. Again, you have the option of doing a match, but our Sustainability Committee has a $0 budget. So we really can't match anything where it's all contingent on a full scholarship. Did I get that right, Kayla? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you
And
for
then,
answering
Tim,
that.
regarding the charging stations, that was just exploratory.
Yeah, and the charging stations are just exploratory. It's just to investigate it. If they find that we should have the stations, then they would also help us try to find funding for those stations. We have looked at that in the past a lot of time. Well, anything that I've looked for in the way of a grant, we have not qualified for. And so we haven't moved forward on it. Once again, Kayla, did I get that right or anything to add?
Sure. So this is just a free program that helps us to learn more information and get some free resources.
Great, thank you. Any other questions? Okay. Items on the consent agenda include meeting minutes of September 8th, 2025, invoice and tax disbursements, new board appointments, special event application, Turkey Trot 5K, St. Joseph Housing Commission monthly update, My Healthy Climate Fellows 2026 host city, and Charging Smart program application. What is the pleasure of the commission?
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I support. May I have you call the roll?
Commissioner Binkley,
Yes.
Commissioner Sorolla,
Yes.
Commissioner Olry,
Yes.
Commissioner Fernandez,
Yes.
Mayor Thomas.
Yes.
And I just want to comment on that, that we filling the, new board appointments. We got a ton of applications, great people that applied. We're very thankful that people are applying to the board appointments. So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that applied and that's going to be on the boards.
And thank you to the committee for doing all the interviews. I know there were a lot of them, so.
Yes.
All right, on to old business. We have item number 8, DDA TIF public hearing.
Good evening. So for a while now, the Downtown Development Authority has been seeking to adopt a formal tax increment TIF plan. This plan outlines the DDA's development goals, proposed projects, and strategies for capturing and reinvesting tax increment revenue to support economic growth and revitalization efforts in the downtown district. Establishing a DDA TIF has been discussed for some time, as I said, and it will allow the DDA to fund infrastructure improvements, streetscape enhancements, business development initiatives, and other projects aimed at improving the vibrancy and economic health of the downtown area. It's a lengthy project to get this forward, and staff's been working on meeting all the requirements of the TIF legislation, and we're ready to take the next step. The statute requires that the city hold a public hearing before the adoption of the DDA TIF plan to allow for public input and transparency in the planning process. So therefore, in order to keep with the schedule of hopeful implementation by the end of 2025, staff is asking that the public hearing for the DDA TIF plan be set for Monday, October 27th, 2025.
Thank you. All right. The only thing I notice about that date, I know we have 2 commissioners out. Is anyone else planning to be out that date?
No plans.
Great. All right, as long as the
Plans
3
are
of
to be
you,
here.
we will both be gone, so we will have quorum at least. Any questions on this item?
Thank you again to staff. There's a lot of work that's going into, getting this implemented so that we can utilize those tools, to move our development forward. So this is another one of those milestone steps. So thank you for all the work that goes into setting that up. I move to set a public hearing for Monday, October 27th, 2025 at 6 p.m. for the purpose of taking comments on the proposed DDA TIF plan.
I support.
Any public comment on the matter? Please come on up. That's fine. It's not mandatory.
Sean Hill, 801 Park Street. Whenever I hear a tax, I get a little hinked up a little bit. Who's paying? Is this through like the downtown businesses, or we as residents are gonna pay this tax, or what is it?
We have answers. Do you have more questions before we get you the answers you're looking for?
Nope, that'd be it.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
and well, I just don't like the fact that, this is just a comment. The DDA, there's no oversight on it. So I don't like the fact that we're putting money into something that we as the citizens have no say in where the money goes. I think that's a problem. I think everybody as a taxpayer out here should think that's a problem too. So my
Okay.
personal opinion.
Thank you. Kelly, what kind of a response do you have for that question?
So it's not actually any sort of new tax. There'll be a baseline tax set at the DDA, in the DDA district. Any incremental growth, so if the new development comes in, whatever that new tax growth is, will be captured by the DDA and reinvested. So nobody's gonna get any new taxes. You know, it's nothing new. It's just as, you know, if a new building goes up, that tax will be recaptured and reinvested in the DDA. So it's nothing.
Even the homes that are built too then, or no, or you say building?
Well, in the DDA, there wouldn't be any. Yep.
Andrew?
Yep.
Did you have anything you want to add to that, Andrew? I know you, this is your,
No, there is no new tax to any taxpayer. It is simply how those are allocated once they are collected.
Right.
So,
thank you.
like I said,
Yep, but it's a very common question, so I'm glad you asked it so we could.
the oversight. Where the money go?
I mean, you can,
That all has to be in a plan, it's very
Yeah.
detailed, it's a very detailed plan, that is a capital improvements plan, that is a very transparent thing that has been shared previously, that would be in any city commission packet. DDA meetings are open to the public, those are, there's high accountability, I would say, so.
Yep, great. Any other public comment on this item? All right, Abby, call the roll.
Commissioner Sorolla,
Yes.
Commissioner Ori,
Yes.
Commissioner Fernandez,
Yes.
Mayor Thomas.
Yes.
Commissioner Binkley.
Yes.
Thank you. Next item under new business, we have amendment to Personnel Policy Manual 457 Plan and Roth. So it's supposed to say IRA.
It's a Roth plan. It's a
Okay.
little bit different because it would
Okay.
be employee or sponsored or directed. The city currently offers employees as part of the personnel policy manual, the option to participate in a 457 plan, which is similar to a 401k for private business. It's money that the employee can choose to put in, and they would direct the investments. The city has 2 plans that are available. So there are updates to that policy, which would clarify things a little bit. We've had several employees ask if they could also invest in a Roth through a city-sponsored plan. And Nationwide is one of the companies that provides the 457 plan to the city. They do have a Roth option as well. There are benefits to an employee to participate through a city-sponsored plan or an employer-sponsored plan rather than directly through a Roth IRA. And so they've asked for the ability to do that. The city does not have a match or contribute to either one of those. But we would need to have a personnel policy adopted that would allow that Roth option. So there's a new policy on the Roth, which mimics the 457, and then amendments to the 457 plan. You'll see a red line version toward the back, and that's really just to update references to an open enrollment period. It's not like insurance where we have to have an open enrollment period, so they could opt in at any time. There's currently I believe it's a 90-day required service time. We would remove that, and any age restrictions. It was a 21-year age limit, which again, you have to be 18 to legally contract, and there really wasn't a reason for doing that. At least we didn't believe so on a staff level. So the other thing we did add was language that really brings it to the employee's awareness that they should be responsible for monitoring how much they're putting into those plans, because there are limits set by the IRS. Those change every year, and they'll see that on their check stub every pay period. But that was just to kind of say, hey, pay attention to that so you don't put more in than you should. So I don't know if you have any questions on it.
Any questions?
No, I mean, kind of to summarize my understanding of what was presented, these changes will allow, more employee choice flexibility in how they, more options on how they set up their retirement funds and stuff. There's no direct cost to the city. These are plans the employees fund themselves anyways. And this is just, it's more flexibility for them and more options. So these are good changes. So no questions.
Great. What's the pleasure of the commission?
I move to approve personnel policy 302 deferred compensation savings 457 plan as amended and personnel policy 303 Roth retirement savings as presented.
I support.
Okay, any public comment on the matter? All right, Abby, call the roll.
Commissioner Ori,
Yes.
Commissioner Fernandez,
Yes.
Mayor Thomas.
Yes.
Commissioner Binkley.
Yes.
Commissioner Sorolla.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have reports. Do we have any reports for this evening? None. Great. Then city manager comments.
Have any comments?
Nothing. Okay. Moving right along to city commissioner comments. What do we got?
I think it's an appropriate time to acknowledge the tragic events of roughly 2 weeks ago in Utah. We're coming up on election season, and I think it's just a good time for all of us to remember that dialogue is super important. Dialogue with people that think like you is very easy, but sometimes less productive. Dialogue with people that maybe see the world differently than you ultimately can be very productive. When we stop talking and we let anger take over, or anger actions take over, that's when we have the tragedies like we had almost a few weeks ago. So again, I would just encourage everyone to be open to dialogue, even with people that you disagree with. State your point, support it with facts, listen openly to other people, how they see the world. And, you know, if we can keep doing that, we can avoid the tragic events that happened just a few weeks ago. Thanks.
Thank you. Other comments? I just want to say we've been blessed with great weather, so the city market is still going on for the next, 3 weeks, I think. Farmers market? The farmers market, yeah, yeah. Great. Others?
I had a chance last week to drop into the employee appreciation picnic for staff, and I just want to publicly thank them again for everything they do. Back up to fixing all of those roads. We've got a lot of construction stuff that a lot of city planning goes into that, and just maintaining our parks, all the other services that go into it. Just thanks once again for everything that you guys do.
Yeah, speaking of, I guess tying together both nice weather and dialogue, I was able to be on the bluff at the farmer's market this week. Check that out. There's typically at least one commissioner there on Saturdays. We really welcome the opportunity to talk to you guys in a conversational way. It's been really productive for me to hear to hear directly how people feel about events that are happening, not just downtown, but things that are happening all over our city. So come seek us out at the farmer's market. I like talking to you guys in that setting too.
All right, and we've always talked about a need for more events in our shoulder seasons. We have a lot going on during the summer, and so with the city and St. Joe today have been working together to bring some events in the upcoming weeks here. Last week we did have Fall Fest. That seemed to be a really good time. A lot of fun animals out there. Coming up, we have on October 4th, it's a busking event called Play St. Joe. So we're trying to get lots of performers. Do you have anything you want to say to that, Kayla? I know you said you had several lined up. It's kind of exciting. You can just stay there if you want me to put the mic on. Yeah.
We have quite a few different performers lined up to play in St. Joe. It's a busking day, so we'll have street musicians, there's a magician, a fire dancer, who are all interested in coming out and performing for everyone. So come downtown on October 4th and enjoy the ambiance downtown.
So they'll be on all different corners downtown. Is that the idea? Different,
Yes.
yeah. What are the hours? 10 to 4?
10 to 6
Oh.
is kind of the primary that we're going for. Most performances will probably happen between noon and 4.
Okay, great. Thank you. Couple other events. We have our brand new Spooktacular on the 18th. So that is going to be in the vacant lot. We'll have a market and some other fun events, ending the night with a movie, I think, Young Frankenstein. And then on 10/25, Truck or Treat used to be out at the Ice Arena, is now going to be here downtown. So that's going to be a new venue. I'm excited to see how many people come out for that. So that, I believe, is everything. So we can end the meeting at 6:19 p.m. Wow.
Thanks for coming out.